Just some weeks ago, I made a video telling my story of how I regrew my hair from this to this in 2.5 months. I did it with the help of 3 things, which were number 1, Finasteride, number 2, Minoxidil, and number 3, Microneedling. So although Minoxidil and Microneedling are great in giving you new hair density, which is what happened, the true king of hair regrowth is Finasteride. If you think that this is too good to be true, you're right. Finasteride does come with some possible side effects. Its most famous ones are the sexual side effects, like erectile dysfunction. Stay until the end of the video because today I'm gonna give you the 3 best clinically proven techniques to lower the risk of getting those side effects. Plus, at the end of the video, I will be sharing with you a bonus tip that I bet very few of you know about. Alright, so here we go. The first thing I'm gonna give you is a quick summary of those potential side effects. Before reading them, I want you to please remain calm because only 2% of the population taking Finasteride has actually suffered one of those side effects. The other 98% of the population is completely fine. So among the most common side effects, one can see number 1, the decreased interest in sexual intercourse, or number 2, the inability to have or keep an erection. The less common side effects are the following. Number 1, back pain, 2, decreased amount of semen, 3, headache, and 4, stomach pain. Again, do not worry too much. I repeat, only 2% of the population gets them. The ones that are less common, even fewer people has ever had any of these. But unfortunately, they are real and could potentially affect you. However, if you do the following I'm gonna tell you, you will have an even smaller to a 0% chance of getting any of these side effects. So let us start with tip number 1 of avoiding these side effects. The first tip is to take 1 Finasteride pill and divide it into 4 or 5 pieces and eventually making them into 0.2 or 0.25 milligram Finasteride pills. This will reduce the risk of getting side effects and still give you the hair regrowth you want because of this. This graph here shows the response rate of Finasteride milligrams to the reduction of DHT, which is the hormone that causes hair loss. As you can see here, taking a 0.2 milligram or 0.25 milligram Finasteride pill is almost going to give you the same results in reducing DHT, but with fewer side effects. And it's pretty easy. All you need to do is put 1 Finasteride pill inside a pill cutter and cut it in 4 or 5 pieces. The pill cutters are pretty easy to find. I'll post an Amazon link below. Okay, so the second tip of avoiding Finasteride side effects is pretty similar to the first one, but not quite the same. If you don't want to cut the Finasteride pills into 4 or 5 pieces, another thing you could do is take 3 Finasteride pills a week instead of 7. This tip is, like I said, very similar to the first one, but getting the same hair results as if you were taking 7 pills of Finasteride a week. An added benefit to this is that you will be saving money. Finasteride can be pretty expensive in some countries, but if you take 3 Finasteride pills instead of 7 a week, you will be saving more than double the money. However, if you decide to do this, I would recommend you using a pill organizer. This is the one I use and it's pretty useful. It has the days of the week written in them, so if, for example, today is a Thursday and I don't know if I took the Finasteride pill already, I can just open the box and see, oh okay, I forgot to take my pill today. Swallow it and that's it. So again, pretty useful. I will put an Amazon link in the description below for the pill organizer I use. Alright, so the third tip is actually a technique that is rarely known, but in my opinion pretty much underrated. I'm talking about using topical Finasteride instead of taking the pill. You will see web pages like Hims or Keeps that sell you topical Finasteride as an alternative to oral Finasteride. And the idea behind is that you would spray the topical Finasteride in the areas where you are balding, and since the treatment is localized to the balding area where your hair is falling, in contrast of taking the pill and getting the effects everywhere in the body, you will have almost no risk of side effects. And the reason I say this is pretty much underrated is because if you use topical Finasteride, you will get the same results, if not better, than taking oral Finasteride. I made a whole video about it, just check it out later. The only inconvenience is that you have to apply it in the scalp, which can be a bit annoying, in contrast of taking the pill that, you know, takes you less than a second and you just forget about it. Alright, so before I give you my bonus tip, I would like to ask you to please subscribe. These videos take a lot of research and time to make, so if you subscribe, you won't need to do any of the research and just enjoy the hair regrowth. Alright, so the bonus tip is something very new, but not for everyone, as you will see in a minute. I'm talking about using a completely different drug to finasteride, but with the same hair regrowth. The treatment I'm talking about is pyrrolutamide, a newly discovered drug. Pyrrolutamide, instead of blocking the production of DHT, like finasteride does, is a treatment that blocks the androgen receptors only at the hair follicles. This just means that you are not really messing around with the hormones in your body, but you avoid that the hormones attach to your hair follicles and therefore prevent further hair loss. This is so new actually that it is still in clinical trials in the US and in China. You can, however, find these treatments on web pages like Minoxidil Max, which I will link down in the comments. Yet this is only for investigation purposes. I can't endorse the usage of this drug because it is not FDA approved yet. You will need to have to wait a little bit more of time for that. If you want to see the video I made about pyrrolutamide, click here. Or if you want to learn more about topical finasteride, click on this video. Until next time, I wish you a happy hair journey. Adios.